Welcome, everyone. We'll begin shortly. I'm still checking a couple people in, waiting for a couple more. So we will see you in a few, and we'll begin together. See you shortly. Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to Monday afternoon Hatha, 12 p.m. It's Jeff and Michelle today. So welcome to practice. Had a great weekend. Looking forward to connecting with you over some yoga. We'll begin today in child's pose. So if you want to set up your mat and create a space for yourself to begin to get comfortable, set aside anything that might be distracting or that's additional for your practice today. Begin to relax your body as you walk your fingers out in child's pose, taking your time to create a space, show up for practice, to begin, connecting with our breath, deepening our breath as we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, taking long, deep breaths into your body, opening up a space and softening your body, relaxing, just showing up. And if you're just now joining us, Find yourselves in child's pose, connecting with breath, increasing with each breath that we take, waking up, showing up for practice, and then softening and settling back into a posture. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out, softening our body throughout, increasing in breath with each breath, making space, allowing all things to settle as the breath deepens, the mind to settle, the busy thoughts to settle, the movements in our bodies to settle, softening throughout. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. So today, this Monday, we are still in quarantine. We're still in finding ourselves in unique spaces in our homes and in our lives and relationships, and also adjusting to the ways that we have habitually been for so long in the world that we've participated with. So right now in the space that this change has created, and we're learning to find new ways of being at home, new ways to stay connected in our practice, new ways to stay inspired in our own inner journey. We're all in that together. We're all doing this piece together, and life feels differently. So one practice that I have is just giving myself permission, and lots of it throughout the day, to just honor how I'm feeling about all this stuff. Not get stuck there, not create a wound there or to slump in any situation that creates, but to stay in the possibilities and just noticing how I really feel about things allows me to get through some of the uncomfortable spaces and also move into where all the possibility is. Because if I'm not habitually caught up in some life routine that I no longer have to do right now, that opens up all this possibility and space for new ways of being. So practice, our physical practices, our yoga practice, as we practice asana and breath and meditation and presence and awareness, noticing, bringing our power of observer into our own internal experiencing. All this brings us back to where we are. It's always creating a space for us when we practice to take that adjustment, to notice what's workable around us, to move into those possibilities. And if we're slumped into some wound or some impossibility or something that's creating us a lot of suffering, we can easily move through it if we just notice things. So this practice of increasing our awareness around the things that are occurring as we move into our bodies and open up with breath and notice our thoughts and start to honor the deeper aspects of our experience below that, our feelings and sensations. Some of the things that we never noticed throughout the day if we're busy in our minds. But coming back to that place without a thought or attachment to it, just giving ourselves permission to begin at the beginning with each moment, with each breath. That's a great place that we're finding ourselves in our homes and in our lives and in our relationships. We're doing a lot of work right here in our own homes. We're no different than you, and for all of us, we're experiencing time. Just a great opportunity and a lot of space that's been made so that we can discover new ways of being that are more sustainable. That's another way of saying new ways of being that feel right within me, within my own truth. And from there, I know that I can flow outwards from that and be within my own truth, and be sustainable in my practices and my thoughts and beliefs. But the yoga is always return back to that with that power of observation back into the center by using these tools. So we'll do that throughout the day. And we'll really just spend time through a warm movement, using the tools that we have to connect with all the parts of who we are as we travel through a series of a couple poses over a span of time. Continually reminding to use these tools to come back to where we are, just noticing what's occurring and moving the greater aspects of our personal power, what's available to us when we're not caught up in impossibilities. So breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, activating your Ujjayi breath, form a constriction in the back of the throat. So as air travels up through your nose and into your center, it creates an audible sound, like sound of wind through branches, like waves on the beach. Just a movement of energy through that space in your throat as it opens up the center of your experience. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Notice anywhere there's tension in your body and take a moment to become aware of that as you breathe your next breath in. Fill up to your fullest. And then exhaling, releasing, and taking the opportunity to release any tension. Let go of all need to hold ourselves up off the ground. Just give the weight of your body into the floor, into the earth for support. Releasing tension, releasing movement, staying connected with breath as you deepen your breath, creating heat and energy and awareness for your practice. Deep breaths in and slow breaths in. As we begin to transition, we'll follow the next breath in. So at the bottom of your breath, release your breath into yourselves. And on the next full breath in, let's walk the hands in a little bit, coming up to our hands and knees, setting up for tabletop. So we'll bring ourselves up to the floor, stacking our shoulders over our hands, hips over the knees, setting up for tabletop pose. As we press into the foundations of our posture, through the hands, through the knees, through the shoelaces, we send energy up into our bodies. Let's harness that as we draw it up and into our physical form, keeping ourselves well lifted and supported in this tabletop pose. So as we press gently in and up into the hands, sending energy through the arms, hugging your ribs in, strengthening at the core, just bringing yourself into a well-balanced, sustainable place of strength and flexibility here, where we can be here. So deep breaths in and slow breaths out, in through the nose and out through the nose, pressing gently through the hands, drawing your strength inwardly towards your core, drawing your ribs in towards your center, lengthening through your spine, straightening through your spine, pressing through the palms, allowing energy to travel through your wrists, freely up into your arms, through the shoulders, into the mid, back, and spine. Hug your ribs in towards your center and send your head away from your body. Exhale to the bottom of your breath. Remain strong here. On the next inhale, relax your spine, look straight ahead, chin forward, press with your palms and your shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale, return back to neutral, strengthening as you press, releasing your breath. Take another inhale in, strengthening. Exhale, arch your back, press the mat. Spine comes up high for cat pose. Expression, just pressing through the foundation, sends energy up to the mid-back. Inhale, breathe back through the neutral spine. Take a deep breath in, strengthening. And exhale, remaining strong and pressed into your foundations, drawing your energy inwardly towards your center. Another breath in, we'll extend our right hand forward and the left foot behind your body. Just transitioning, giving our weight down into the left hand, right knee. Extend the right hand forward, lengthening through the spine, pressing the left foot back, lengthening through the spine. Press gently into that left palm and left fingers to establish your foundation, and that left hand is supporting you. Let energy travel up through your arm and through your shoulders to bring you into this posture. Breathe in, one more full breath here. We won't burn ourselves out. Exhale, hands and knees back to the mat. Give the weight of your body down into all 4 points. Bring that energy up high towards your center. Draw your ribs in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, other side. We'll extend the left hand forward on an inhale, pressing the right foot behind the body. Inhale in, drawing in, pressing through the floor, bringing strength and energy up high into the body. Hug your ribs in towards your center. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Notice your right hand down at the mat. Spread those fingers wide. Press gently with that hand into the mat, allowing energy to travel up through the arms. Notice how that just brings us into a way we can be in this posture that's more easy and sustainable, letting energy flow. We get collapsed into things and it creates a lot of work for us, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Press, let the energy move through the body. We're freeing ourselves up from the story of our attachment to the way things should be, just by practicing showing up here. Hands and knees back to the mat. Give the weight of your body back into your hands and knees. Press the earth. Energy up through the spine. Hug the ribs in. Take a full breath in, breathing in. Exhale, release it. Stay pressed into this posture. On the next breath in, look straight ahead, curving at the spine. Cow pose, a gentle expression. Press through the hands. Exhale, arch your back fully and through it up into cat pose by pressing your hands. Energy spine travels up high towards the spine. Breathe back through to neutral. Press the hands into the earth, gently strengthening your pose, inhaling in. Stay connected with that deep breathing, warming at your core and at your center. We want to use that practice to remain internally referenced here. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On the next inhale, right hand comes up high. Raise the right hand up high above the body. Press through the left hand to send energy up through both sets of shoulders up high towards the ceiling. And then we'll lower the right hand down underneath the body and through, bringing the right shoulder down towards the mat. And we walk the left hand forward, lengthening up through the left side of the body. Allow your hips to rest back towards your heels. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, staying connected with your deep breaths in. And slow breaths out. Notice anywhere there's tension, allow that to soften and settle. Just stay connected with that vital movement of breath and energy. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. On the next breath in, let's walk the left hand in towards our shoulders. Press your left palm down to support your weight as we draw the right hand underneath our body, setting both hands and knees back into the mat. Press in through the mat, chin forward and up. Relax your spine. Take a full breath in. Exhale, arch your back, cat pose, spine comes up high, press to the floor, some energy and lift up high. Inhale back through to neutral. Take a deep, strengthening breath in. Exhale, release, remain here. On the next inhale, the left hand comes up high. Let's transition other side. Press through the right palm, some energy and lift up high to the left hand. Hug your ribs in as you revolve open, twisting at the center. Exhale that left hand down underneath the body as you transition through, bringing the left shoulder down. Now we walk the right hand forward, lengthening to the right side of the body. Allow your hips to travel rearward towards your heels. Continually lengthen through the spine and the right side. From the right hand, all the way back to the right hip. Breathe in, breathe out. On the next inhale, walk your right hand back in towards your body. Press your hand down to support your weight. Bring the left hand under, setting both hands down at the tabletop. Through a series of cat-cows, let's reconnect with breath. Breathing in, chin forward and up, pressing through the palms. Cow pose, exhale, arch your back, cat pose. Press through the hands, spine travels up high. Release your breath to the bottoms. On the inhale, breathe through it, opening up through the front and center, sending your heart up high. Breathe in, cow pose. Exhale, arch your back and press, cat pose. Spine comes up high. Press through both hands, sending energy up high. Inhale through it, cow pose. Look straight ahead and up. And exhale, arch your back. We're rolling over the toes, transitioning to our hands and feet for downward dog. So press through the floor, sitting energy and lift up high. Through the sides of your body, up towards your hips, and then soften through the legs, allowing your heels to touch down towards the earth. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Allow yourself to arrive at both hands forward and 2 feet behind your body, giving the weight of your body down into those 4 points, allowing things to soften and settle. Identify your hands. Press your hands into the earth, sending energy through your fingers, touch down with your fingertips. That gentle forward press sends energy through your arms and through your shoulders, through your side bodies and towards your hips. Rest your heels towards the earth. On the next inhale, come up high to the toes, just lifting the hips up, raise the toes up. Press forward with your hands, sending energy up through the spine. Lower your heels back down towards the earth. Just soften back into the floor. Another deep breath in. Come up high to the toes. Press forward with the hands to send energy and lift up through the shoulders. And then lower your heels back down towards the earth. Nice. Give it all back into the floor. Walk your feet left and right to loosen up tension in the back sides of your legs. And then soften. Release your heels back towards the earth. Settle into your foundations. Hug your belly up towards your spine. Take a deep breath in, raising the right leg up. Raise it up high. Circles with the right ankle, loosening up the foot. Now remember, press your hands forward to send your energy back into that left leg. Flex your left leg. Press through all 3 to send the energy up high. The right hip stacks above the left as we draw that right heel back in towards our body. Press through the floor through all 3 points to stack the hips above one another. Broad strokes with the knee. Loosen up the hip socket. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Extend the right leg up, lowering the right hip a little bit. Just square off, pressing your hands forward, finding your foundations here, and lower your right foot down to meet the other. Walk the feet left and right, loosening up the back sides of the legs and hamstrings, and then press back into the floor to re-energize this posture. Energy comes up high towards the spine, back down through the legs towards the heels. On the next breath in, let's raise the left leg up high, raise it up. Press through the hands and feet to send the energy up to that free leg high. Left circles with that left ankle, loosen it up. Keep breathing. And then we'll fold the left leg over. Left heel comes in towards the hips. Press through the hands forward, sending strength and energy through the sides of your body, back into that right strong leg. Broad strokes with the left knee. Loosen up the left hip socket. Make space in the left hip socket. Settle your movements, pressing back through the floor, sending energy up high through your body. From a settled place in this posture, lower your left foot down to meet the other. Reconnect with your breath with a deep breath in and a slow breath out. One more deep breath in, lifting the belly up high towards the spine. On an exhale, let's walk the hands back towards the feet, releasing tension as we lower our forehead down towards our toes. Forward fold. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Happy Monday, everybody. Notice your toes. Look down at your toes. Press the floor with your feet, strengthening through the legs, sending energy up high towards your hips. Lift your belly up towards your spine and then bow forward, releasing tension through the spine, between the shoulders as you let your head hang on your neck freely. Breathe in and breathe out.
Notice your thoughts here, and notice anywhere there's tension, and notice that we can shift and change. There's things that we can do here. So breathe in through the nose, come back to your feet, pressing your feet to strengthen your legs, lift your belly up high towards the spine, and bow forward, releasing the tension down through the spine, through the neck, through the crown of the head. We'll bring our hands together underneath the body, clasping at the elbows for ragdoll. Allow the tension to unpack from the base of your spine, along the length of your spine, between your shoulders, along your neck, and out the crown of your head. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Allow your head to hang freely from your neck, releasing tension in your neck, drawing between the shoulders, creating space between the shoulders along the length of the spine, up towards your hips where you are supported. Now press through the feet, strengthening through the legs. Hug your belly up in towards your spine, and the space that creates as you next exhale, soften, releasing a little bit more tension through the spine. And just notice what you're thinking here. Notice your thoughts. We practice just noticing our thoughts periodically as we travel, as a practice to check in that those are thoughts, but often our thoughts are a contrast with the things that are occurring, or the stories we're making up about ourselves, about each other, about the things occurring. So just breathe in. Let's use what's workable here and support ourselves by pressing our feet into the earth, strengthening through the legs, hugging the belly up and in, releasing through the spine as we unpack the spine, allowing the head to hang on our shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll pick up the hands behind the small of the back, interlacing the fingers. You can rest your palms back on the base of your hips for support. Look down at your toes, pressing the toes, finding strength and support, bringing lift up through your body, high towards your spine. Lift your belly up and then bow forward, extending your hands up high towards the ceiling. If we roll the shoulders back, we can send our heart forward and down towards our toes. And so look down towards the toes, press the earth, sending length and energy up high through the legs, around the hips, rounding down through the spine, back down towards the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose here, staying connected at your feet, pressing the earth for strength and support, strengthening the legs for the lift above your body, hugging the belly up, making space, extending length down through the spine and shoulders, out the crown of your head towards the floor. Breathe in and breathe out as you roll those shoulders back behind your body, opening up space to the front side of the chest. Okay, release your hands down towards the mat. Gather yourselves with your hand down by your feet, bending at the knees, lowering your hips. Walk your hands in towards your feet and allow the spine and the tension to release through the small of the back as your hips travel rearward. You can bend at the knees, just finding a natural place of balance, support, and recovery here, allowing any tension that mounted in the execution of that posture to freely open just by allowing ourselves to be here in another way. So breathe in through the nose, allowing your hips to balance behind your heels, opening through the spine. Maybe send your heart forward and up, bringing your hands in towards your toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. On the next inhale, we'll pick our hands straight up above the body. So bend at the knees for Utkatasana. Raise the hands up high above the body. Roll the tailbone under. Now notice your legs here. Come back through your feet, pressing gently through the feet while lowering your hips, and allow yourself to be supported in this natural strength, support, suspension of your legs. So we're not locked out, we're not frozen, we're vital. Stay connected with your breathing, breathing in through the nose, rolling the tailbone under. Remember your core strength here, engaging, drawing it in towards the center, lifting up high through the center of the chest, between the shoulders and up the crown of your head. Breathe in. Exhale, bow forward, hands come down towards the mat as you touch down. On an inhale, rise up, flat back extension, straight spine. Straighten through the spine, allowing your spine to level with the mat. Find your feet, find your legs for support. Press into the earth. Hug your ribs in towards your center. Allow your hands to hang at your shoulders. Inner rotate your hands towards the center. Outer rotate towards the edges, just making space in the shoulders. Inner rotate, turning inwardly, deeply into the shoulders and outwardly, deeply away from the body. Draw back in towards the center, let your hands hang here. Breathe in through the nose, strengthening through the feet, hugging your ribs in. Exhale, bow forward, touch down on the earth. On the next inhale, roll up. One vertebrae at a time towards standing. Stay in your feet, press the earth, lift up through your body, hands away from your body, palms face forward, mountain pose. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Send your hands away from the body, making space through the shoulders. Come back in through the feet, pressing through the feet, flexing the calves and thighs. Roll the tailbone under, draw inwardly towards your center. Lift up through your body. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Stay connected with that breath, following that breath in to your center, and then pressing away from your center, out towards the edges of your body, into what's supporting you. So press the earth, sending energy up high through the body, continually drawing in with each breath, breathing in, making space, strengthening, energizing. Exhale, remain. On the next inhale, both hands come up high. Raise them up, lift up high above the body. Press through the floor to lengthen and lift up high. One more breath in. As we breathe in, let's reach through the shoulders, through the arms, through the fingertips high, and then bow to the right side, opening up the left side, stretch through the left body. Press through the floor, through the feet, send energy up through the left side. Stay lifted and above your feet. We're not slumped over to the right. We're bowed, central, from pressing the feet up high through the body. Press the palms together, send the hands away from the body. Deepening that left side stretch. Stay strong in that left side, from the left foot up through the left side of the body, up high through the left side. And then on an exhale, lower the right hand down the right side. Breathe in and breathe out. And as we exhale and give our weight into the pose, we stay rooted at the legs and feet, sending energy and length up that left side of the body. We're supported there. Inhale, both hands up high. Press the floor. Reach up high. Lengthen as you lift at the top of your breath. Bow to the left side. Hips travel towards the right. Come back in through the feet. Press the earth. Flexing through the calves and thighs. Lifting up through the body. Engaging your support. Drawing your ribs in towards their center. Pressing away from the body with both hands. Opening up that right side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Left hand comes down the left side if we do on the other side. Both hands come up high. Press the earth. Lift up with your hands high towards the ceiling. Raise, lift up to the top of your breath. You will exhale, hands down towards the mat. Bring them down towards the floor as you touch down. Releasing the tension in the spine as you bow. Inhale, rise up, flat back extension, straight spine. Exhale, hands towards the mat. Walk them forward. Traveling towards downward dog. Press both hands forward, sending energy up high through your spine, towards your hips, and relax your heels down towards the floor, giving it back towards the earth. Release the tension in your neck. Let your head hang here so energy travels freely from your fingertips, through your arms and shoulders and sides of your body, back towards your hips and down your legs. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On the next inhale, right leg comes up high. Let's raise it up. We'll bring it through towards the hands, lowering the left knee down. Low runner's lunge on this right side. So shift your weight forward, opening up space to the legs. Place the hands upon the knee, stacking your weight. Knee above the ankle, support yourself with your hands here as we create lift up through our body. So notice the left toes behind your body, press into the shoelaces of the left foot behind the body, create support there behind the body, so that as we lift up through our body, we're bringing it vertically up from our center, from the floor, up through our center, and that natural lift of strength that occurs within our body, where energy travels most freely through our resource or physical strength here in the physical asanas. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax your hands at your side. Allow the hands to hang from your body. Breathe in and breathe out. On the next inhale, put your hands up high. Stay rooted in that central place of lift, coming up from the floor, right up through your spine and through the crown of your head. Allow your arms to line up vertically along the line of that. Reach up high. And we'll exhale the hands slowly towards the mat. Support yourself here as you touch down with your hands. We'll walk the right foot out towards the edge, deepening into dragon pose. You have a block here that you use in practice for your elbows or forearms. You can grab that. And just settle down towards the elbows and forearms on the earth. Breathe in through the nose or out through the nose. You can support yourself with your hands here to whatever degree is appropriate to you as you make your way towards the floor. Find support and settle your movements. Reconnect with breath as the posture is remade by increasing our awareness around the things occurring that are useful to us as we're there, as we're in it.
So oftentimes the things that are available to us are much greater and our story about it. Those are our limiting and lacking fixed and rigid thoughts. We all have those. We just practice in this practice, moving into ideas beyond the normal repetitive things that we know about ourselves. It's a process of discovery. So give the weight of your body into your foundations for support. And however you've created that foundation today, press gently and enough into your foundations, re-energizing your posture. Notice how we become naturally lifted and supported with the intent to just show back up by pressing in the right direction and getting out of the way of where the energy might flow. Release the tension of your head on your neck. Let your head bow here on the next inhale. We'll raise the right hand up high. So raise the right hand up, pressing through the floor, through your 3 points of your foundation, the left arm for support, the right foot out towards the edge, and the left foot behind the body. Reach up high with the hand, and then press through the floor to give another millimeter of lift and energy up high through your body. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's lower the right hand down back towards the mat. We'll support ourselves here. Touch down with your hands. We'll walk the right foot in towards the center and shorten our stance for compass pose. So a gentle step forward with your left foot. Press the right toes forward, sending your energy back into your hips and back into your legs. Lengthen forward through the spine as you bring your hands down towards the mat. Touch your chest and chin down towards your shin. Give it all back in towards your feet. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. As you release your next breath, place your hands back down towards your mat. Make your hands back down towards the mat. Bend the right knee, and we'll step the right foot back, lengthening out through the spine, through the plank pose. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. Step the toes back behind the body. Come up high to the balls of the feet. Engage the strength at the core, pressing gently with the arms into the mat. So a gentle press strengthens our body and lifts us up high here energetically. Breathe in. Exhale, elbows in at the side as we lower down into a low plank. On an inhale, let's press up, sitting the chin up high. Up dog, drop the shoulders from the ears, and then roll over your toes on the exhale. Hips up high, heels down low. Pressing the hands forward to create lift up high, and softening through the legs as your heels touch down low. Breathe in through the nose and out. Just keep the breath moving, yogis. Notice anywhere there's tension. Allow yourself to press back through the foundation and soften up through your body as energy and lift travels organically to where it needs to go. On the next inhale, let's pick the left leg up high, raise it up. We'll bring it through to meet the hands. Right knee comes down, low lunge lunge on this left side. Take a gentle lunge forward, make space through the hips and thighs, and then walk your hands back in, placing your hands upon the knees, stack your knee above the ankle. Walk the toes back behind your body, lengthening your stance, and soften through the legs, building support from the floor up. As you breathe in, draw it inwardly and up. Relax your hands toward your sides, relaxing through the shoulders. Draw your core strength inwardly towards your center. So with each breath, as we create lift, we continue to line ourselves up vertically in the posture, doing only enough work where needed. So notice where your foundations are. Draw it in from the floor up through the body, sending the energy up high. We'll pick our hands up, straight up through the body, following that natural line of lift up vertically through the body. Breathe in through the nose, and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. One more breath here. Nice. Let's lower the hands down towards the mat. Walk the left foot out towards the edge as we lower into our dragon pose expression. Just like the right side, keep it even on your left side as you find yourself settling into your foundations for support. Settle your movements. Be there in your posture. Soften through the neck. Let your head hang here. And notice everywhere you're touching the mat. Press into the earth, sending energy and lift up into your body. Hug your ribs in for support. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. On an inhale, let's raise the left hand up high, picking it up above the body. Give the weight back into the floor to the 3 points down. Press the earth. sending energy up high, continually creating energy for practice by breathing in, staying with that breath within the space that makes, and sending your energy outward towards the edges where needed, out towards the edges, and also staying close to it at the center where it exists, where it's made brand new with every moment. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in on the inhale. Take 1 more millimeter of lift up high through your body towards your left hand, fingers high. Then lower your left hand back down towards the mat. Touch down with both hands. We'll walk the left foot in towards the center, setting up the compass. Step the right foot a little forward, shortening your stance, and then press the left foot forward to send your energy rearward into that back right leg. Strengthen it. Send energy forward through the spine as you touch down, bringing your chest down towards your shin. Give it all back into the floor for support. Breathe in and breathe out. As you exhale, bring your hands down towards your mat, touch down for support. Bend at the left knee, lowering your stance, and then step the left foot rearward behind the body, lengthening out through your spine through a high plank expression. Press the palms into the mat, strengthening your arms around the shoulders, along the spine, back towards your heels. Take 1 more full breath in, strengthening. Exhale, lower elbows in at your side, touch down, chin towards the mat. On an inhale, press up dog. Drop the shoulders as you sit your heart up high, look straight ahead. Exhale, arch your back, press the mat, hips up high. Press the palms forward to send energy and lift up high. Relax your heels down towards the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. On your next inhale, right leg, rise it up high. Press the palms to create lift. Then we'll bring it through to meet the hands for crescent lunge standing. Both sets of toes are pointed forward. Hands and feet are on the mat. Bend at the knee, lowering your hips. Walk your hands in towards your feet so we can find all the support we need to be in the posture. On the inhale, raise the hands up high, above the body, reach up. Square off, and then find your feet, find your legs, find your foundations here. Noticing where it's too rigid or we're locked out. We think we know where we're going always. There's another story being told where we can feel the truth and reality of what's available to us beyond our stories. So soften through your stance. Find your workable foundations here. You can be here. Inhale in, lifting up high through the body. Great lift up high through the body. And as we exhale, hands together at heart center. Press the palms together. Press the palms gently, sending energy out towards your elbows. Lifting up high through the body. Being well supported in your upper body strength. Hugging ribs in toward the center. Lifting up high along the center, through the spine. 1 more breath in, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, left elbow to the right knee. Touch down, resting the elbow on the right knee, and then press the palms together. Move into your posture. Find what's usable here. Be there, consciously and aware. Pressing into where there's opposition for support. Only enough to send the energy in the right directions. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Notice your thoughts here. Just notice what you're thinking. And then come back in through your breathing. Soften through your stance. Find your natural organic support here. Strengthen where necessary to be here. Stay connected with the breath. You have what you need. On the next inhale, we'll lift up. Bring the hands together forward, front and center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Touch down, step the right leg back through a high plank. Elbows in at your side as you lower to the bottom of your breath low. Inhale, press up dog. And roll over your toes. Hips up high, heels low, down dog. Deep breaths in and slow breath out. On your next inhale, the left leg comes up high. Raise it up. We'll bring it through to meet the hands for crescent lunge standing on the left side. Hands are on the mat. Find your feet, find your legs. Press back to that right foot for your rear part of your support. Walk the hands in toward your center and lift up high through the body. Raise up high, square off. Now find your foundations for support. Settle into them. Stay connected with your breathing. Draw your ribs in toward the center, lifting up high through the body. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. On the next breath in, creating lift up high. Draw in, lift up, send it up high towards the body. Create length and space, and then exhale, hands together at heart center. On the next breath in, press. Strengthen your upper body strength. Be well supported in the top half. As you exhale, right knee towards the right elbow towards the left knee. Press the palms together for support to strengthen your body. Give it all into your foundations where it meets the floor. And start over with your next breath. It's a beginning, a beginning. In every moment, we're always beginning. Notice your thoughts here. And then breathe. Anywhere we're locked or too rigid, let the energy move through it. Allow a new shape to be born in every moment. Breathe in, follow that breath in, lift up high through your body, raise up, press the palms together at heart center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Touch down, support your weight here. Step the left foot behind your body. Elbows in at your sides. Exhale, low plank. And now press up, up dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward dog. Hips up high, heels are low. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Allow yourself to settle with your foundations, connecting with your breathing, deepening your breath. On the next inhale, right leg comes up high, raise it up. We'll start to create some heat for our core here. Exhale, knee to nose, and a deep breath, bring the knee up towards your nose, arching the spine. Next breath in, a couple more times, raise your right foot up high. Exhale, knee to nose for 2. Press the earth and make space. Raise right leg up, inhale. Right knee to right try, shifting your weight forward, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Press back through that left foot, strengthening your leg. On the next breath in, press gently enough and send energy and lift up into that right knee. Notice how much lift is created. On the next inhale, right leg up high, raise it up. On the next, we'll bring it through to the left elbow, twisting at the center, right knee towards the left elbow, pressing through the palms to square the shoulders over the wrists. Take a full breath in, strengthening and lifting. Exhale, extend your right leg out. Breathe in as you press the floor for fallen triangle. Allow your movements to settle. Keep the right shoulder vital, energetic by pressing through the hands, sending energy up through the front side of the chest. Use your legs for support here. Strengthening that right leg, engaging the strength of your foundations, that left leg out towards the edge. As we bring that all into alignment with awareness, it's a little easier to be here. Just breathe. Nice. Exhale the hands to the mat. Square off through the shoulders and step that right leg back to lengthen. High plank. From a place of stability, exhale, low plank. Inhale, press up, up dog. And roll over your toes, down dog. Heels down low. Press your hands forward. Send your energy up high. And then rest down towards the floor. Deep breaths in and slow breath out. On the next inhale, left leg comes up high, raise it up. Exhale, leave your nose, arch your back as you press the mat. Inhale, left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose for 2, arch your back as you press. Inhale, the left leg up high. Left knee to left try, shift your weight forward, stacking the shoulders over the wrist. Let your movements settle here, find your foundations, strengthen at the core so you're not spinning your energy out into nowhere. So as you press the earth, the left knee can travel up high. Breathe in as you press. On the next set of breath, inhale the left leg up high. Bring it through the center, left knee to right try. Twist at your center, pressing the earth to square up through the shoulders, creating a lift up high through the body. Extend your left leg out for wild thing. Fallen triangle on the left, right hand comes up high above the body. Settle your movements in your foundations. And as you breathe in and strengthen, use it all. Send your energy from your center out to your edges. So that left hand down for support. Press there, sending energy up high through the body. The left leg, strengthen it for support. That right foot behind the body, strengthen it. It's like we're standing in triangle. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath here, you can be here. Exhale the right hand down towards the mat. Step the left leg back to your right plank. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, press up, up dog. And roll over your toes, down dog, hips up high. Heels are low. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth.
On your next inhale in, come up high to your toes, lift them up. Exhale, knees down towards the mat. Rest your hips back towards your heels. Press your palms forward to lengthen through your spine. On the next inhale in, press the floor, hips up high. Press the earth with your hands to send your energy and lift up high towards your hips. Soften your heels back down towards the mat. One more breath here. Settle your knees down towards the earth. Walk your hands in towards your hips. Rest your hips into your heels. Take a drink of water, wipe down. Anything you need to do here to reset. We'll transition back into our flow by placing your palms down onto the mat. Walking your hands forward, we'll come into tabletop. Tabletop. So when you're ready for tabletop, press your hands into the earth. Send energy up through your arms and through your shoulders, along the length of your spine, back towards your hips. Press in gently through the floor, strengthening at your core. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. On the next breath in, press your hands and toes, your shoelaces into the earth to send your hips up high and downward dog. Press your hands forward, sending your hips back towards your heels. Breathe in, full breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Look down towards your toes. Release the tension of your spine as you lengthen through your spine, looking down. Breathe in, pressing the feet and strengthening your legs. They are now warm. So press through the feet to make strength through the legs. Exhale, bow down towards the toes. On the next breath in, bend at the right knee, stepping the right foot high behind the body. And we'll square off, standing needle on the left side, chin toward the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose as you square off, looking down towards your toes, your left toes. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay connected with the foot for support. Press the foot to create strength in the leg for support. That comes up high towards the hips. Lift your belly up towards your spine to make space. And as you breathe in with each powerful breath, send that energy traveling through your body, into your center, back out towards your edges. Lower the right foot down to meet the other. Walk your feet left and right to loosen up. Square up through the spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow forward, looking down towards your toes. We'll bend at the left knee, pressing through the right foot for support. Bringing the left foot up high behind the body, other side. Square off towards the shin, pressing through the foot, sending length or strength and energy up through the leg. Up high towards the left foot, towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Lower the left foot down to meet the other on the exhale. Find both your feet, press them into the earth. Bend at the knees and lower the hips. On the next inhale in, we'll walk the hands in towards our toes. Let's pick the hands up high above the body for Uttanasana. Roll the tailbone under, straighten through the small of the back. Allow your body to align vertically from the base of your spine up between your shoulders. As you lower your hips a little, bend at the knees a little, press through the feet, know that you're there. Sending energy up through the shins, around the knees, through the thighs, through the hips, through the sides of your body. Draw your strength inward. Extend, reach up through the shoulders and through the arms. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat, bow forward, touch down. Give your weight towards the floor. Inhale, rise up, flat back extension. Exhale, hands to the mat, walk them forward. Downward dog. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Settle your movements into the foundations of your posture. Press gently into your foundations, but let yourself be here energetically. On the next inhale, raise your right leg up high. Lift it up. We'll bring it through to meet the hands, warrior one on the right side. Left foot is back at an angle. Walk your hands in towards your feet. Find your feet and find your hands, find your legs. Lengthen through your hips and thighs. Strengthen at your core. On your inhale, lift your hands up high above your shoulders, straight up in your body, following the length and lift of your spine. Square off, resting into it. Breathe in as you reach up. One more full breath in. Exhale, reach, extend forward, lengthen through both sides of your body as you reach your fingers
Now press back to that left foot behind the body to come back into the strength of your foundations. Hug your ribs in, strengthen through your core. Be well lifted and supported here, extending your energy forward through the hands and fingers. And we'll interlace the hands behind the back, setting up for humble warrior. Take a breath in, rise up, one the shoulders back. Exhale, bow forward, right shoulder towards the knee. Hands up high. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Find your feet here. Give the weight of the posture into your feet. Maybe allow the stance, the foundation to deepen, the hips to draw closer towards the floor as we enlist the greater support of our legs. We start to soften up around our rigid thoughts of how we have to be here, and then we move into more workable ways, just by letting energy flow. I call it getting out of our own way, just by staying connected with what's available around our breathing, the energetic movement through our bodies. Okay, lower the hands down towards the mat. Support your weight here. On an inhale, rise up, lift up through the body. Warrior one, reach up, squaring off. Resting back into your legs. On the next inhale, let's open it up. Extend right hand forward, left hand back, warrior two. And again, bend at the knees. Going through the hips. Finding the greater part of your foundations and support. Draw it inwardly and up through the body, through the sides of the body. Sending energy away from the body through the right hand forward and left hand back. Breathe in. And breathe out. One full breath here. Exhale, let's window left hand forward, stepping the right foot back, touching down at the mat. Step the right foot back to lengthen your spine. Elbows in at your sides, lower down, low plank. Inhale, press up dog. Roll over your toes, down dog, hips up high. Heels low, breathe in. And breathe out. Find your hands, find your feet. Settle your movements. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. On your next inhale, pick the left leg up, bring it up high. Bring it through to meet the hands. Warrior one on the right side, walk your hands back towards your feet. Find your feet and find your legs. Root back to the right edge of that right foot behind your body. Make it mean something as foundation. Walk the hands in, breathe in, lift up. Reaching up through the body. Squaring off as you lengthen high. Find your foundations for support. Allow things to shift and change over time and over a series of breaths. Following each new breath in, following it all the way through to your greatest strength, to your usable energies, to your resources. Breathe in, reach up high. Exhale, extend forward, lengthening through the spine. Press back through the right foot. Strengthen and lengthen, being well rooted, centered in your foundations. Hands back behind the back. On an inhale, we'll roll the shoulders back, rising up, setting up for humble warrior. Lift up high through the front side of your chest. Exhale, bow forward, left shoulder towards the knee. Soften through the neck as you bow, squaring off your shoulders towards the front side of the mat. Find your feet, find your legs. Soften through your stance where it's using up our energy, being rigid. Notice your thoughts. Allow energy to move through thoughts. Like knives through butter, breathe in. Like butter on bread, and breathe out. Just the things going on in our heads. One more breath in. Exhale down towards the mat. Support your weight here. On the next breath in, let's lift up through the legs, raising up high from where you want, reach up. Come back in through your feet so you're rooted in your foundations. Breathe into the top as you reach. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Right hand travels behind the body. Left hand forward. You find the vertical alignment, lifting up through the spine. Drawing our core strength inward. Take one more full breath in, reaching up through the body. Exhale, windmill right hand forward, step the left foot back behind, lengthen through your spine fully. Stacking your shoulders over the wrists, settle your movements before you exhale down. Low plank, inhale, press up, up dog. Then roll over your toes, down dog, hips up high. Heels are low. Breathe in through your nose, and out through your Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. On the next inhale, press through the floor, strengthen up through your body. And on the exhale, let's step our toes back behind the body, bringing our elbows in towards the side. Our sides flattening through the spine, lowering down, elbows in at the sides. Touch down. Lay your chest onto the mat. Right cheek is on the mat. Hands in towards your shoulders, elbows in towards your sides. And breathe in and breathe out. Deepening your breath. And notice, as we focus on deepening the breath, all of it is still yet moving, energetically in and through and around us, just feeling that little bit of movement. So as we return back to our breathing, follow the path of the space and stillness that the breath creates. All things reconcile there when we place our awareness there on our breathing. So notice the sensations of the body as we let ourselves off the hook from movement. How it's by layers that we come into a place of rest. And the more that those layers settle, we realize how much is actually still occurring. Just the habitual thought processes, maybe. And there's no judgment there. There's no shame or blame there. It's just noticing it. If you're like me, you say, well, we already noticed that. That's because we've been practicing stillness in our homes for over a solid month. And we're only maybe just beginning to notice some of our deepest habitual behaviors. And it's not a point to notice so that we can make ourselves wrong for those and course correct. It's just to notice. This is the grand opportunity to notice just all the habitual stuff that we do that creates repetition and suffering in our lives. There's no separating it. If I create suffering for you, I create suffering for me. And if I create suffering for me, I create suffering for you. There's no separating that out. But in and through all of it, we have a choice. So in the yoga practice, we just get to notice things. That's our everyday practice, to make space, just to move into our greater spaces with more of our awareness. So we just notice more. So we operate our choice around more of it. So we're less victim to any of it and a creator in all of it, because we are in fact creators in all of it. So notice where you are. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Find your breath here. Inch the toes back behind the body, creating length through your body, length through your spine. We begin walking the right hand out towards the right edge. We're going to create space in the shoulders, do some shoulder openers here. A lot of things to heal there. So as we walk the right hand away from our body, walking with the left hand in towards the left shoulder. Press the left hand into the mat, rolling up onto the right side of the body, getting into that right shoulder. So as we travel up towards the right side of our body, the whole right length of our body becomes our foundational point at the floor. So as we travel upward, stacking that left shoulder above the right shoulder, we obviously then get deeper into the right shoulder. So to each and to all of us, it's our own measure of what's necessary for us there. We're just using the weight of our body to open up in space in the shoulder and then soften around it through a series of breaths, releasing tension, releasing extra rigidity in our form where it's not necessary. Just stay connected to the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. And if it's your expression, to place your left foot behind your right knee and bring your left hand up higher above the body. Press through your foundations, send that extra bit of lift up high towards your body. And as you soften and receive, lower that left hand down towards the small of the back. You're just coming into a place of rest or a place of reconciliation so that everything that's moving matches the movement of that breath. How we're breathing, we have a choice in that. We can breathe fast, we can breathe slow. So as we settle our movements, we deepen our breaths, everything begins to match. Visualize energy traveling through your body, freely moving. That free movement of energy through the body is an intelligent guide, showing us the free movement of energy into our lives, into where, beyond where we're stuck. When we're in the impossibilities, that's a good place to be, to learn how to be stuck. And when we move beyond the impossibility into that free moving energy and where things go, it's a good place to be. It's our own liberation. It's setting ourselves free from, insert whatever the thing is that ensnares or binds us. Okay, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Take a deep breath here, and as we exit the breath, we'll transition out. Let's raise the left hand up high through the shoulders and then lower the left hand down towards the mat, sending it towards the farthermost side. Walk your left hand out towards the edge as you lay across your chest, transitioning to the other side. Left cheek is on the mat. Walk the left fingers a few more steps away from your body, creating space in the shoulders. Walk the right hand in towards your center. Press through the right palm to come up onto the left side of your body, deepening that stretch in the left shoulder. So as you give your weight into the floor, finding your vertical alignment up to the side of your body, and then allowing things to rest back in that shoulder. To open that shoulder as you breathe in through your nose and out through the nose, following your breath into your body with intention to create awareness around the space that gets created as we rise. So breathe in and breathe out. Take posture as you did on the other side, so you can raise the right hand up, lifting up high towards the ceiling, and then placing it behind the small of the back, with the right foot behind the left knee. Breathe in through your nose and out. Notice your thoughts, just notice what you're thinking about, how quickly we travel off in our thinking. So we follow our breathing, we deepen our breathing to that place of reconciling, where all things meet the breath occurring. So breathe in, breathe out, deepen your breath. So as we take our next breath in, we'll begin the transition coming out of this posture. So as you inhale, pick the left hand up high above the body, press through the left shoulder, you're sending energy up through the other shoulder, and lower the right hand down towards the mat. Straighten through the legs as you lower your torso back down onto the mat, coming across the front side of your chest. Bring your elbows in towards your side. Walk your toes back behind your body, lengthening through the body. Take a deep breath in, sending your chin forward and up, pressing through the palms, forearms, rising up. Exhale, lower your chest back down towards the mat. Let's take one more breath in, pressing through the forearms for support, sending from the shoulders up through the neck, through the front of the head, and then exhale back down towards the mat. On the next breath in, press forward with your hands, sending your hips up, coming up towards your hands and knees. We'll transition. Cross the feet behind the hips. As you walk your hands in, we'll sit down behind our feet, extending our feet forward in front of our bodies. Seated with the mats, feet together, legs together. Walk the hands in, touching down on your thighs. Rooted through your seat, press through the earth, lift up through the body, draw your strength towards your center. Find that forward back vertical alignment so that we're well rooted, well seated here, strong through the core, lifted through the spine, relaxed through the shoulders, erect as we're seated. Breathe in, pressing through the seat, pick the hands up high above the body, vertically above your shoulders. And as you breathe into the top of your breath, pressing through the floor, sends it all up high through the shoulders and arms and fingers. Exhale, bring the hands back down towards the mat. Use your hands to support your weight as we scoot our hips a little forward, drawing our knees towards our chest. We'll give ourselves a hug here around our knees, walking the heels in towards the hips, rooting the toes down through the earth. Press through the feet, through the tail, to send energy up through the spine. And as we hug ourselves gently in towards our knees, let's use that as an opportunity to stay vertically aligned, taking that opportunity to make space and lift up through the spine, offer that energy up through the neck. Now that we're well rooted in our own center of balance and strength, try walking the toes in, picking the feet up above the body, just balancing the feet up off the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. We can remain here or travel further. If you want, we can reach between the knees, grabbing the toes with the peace fingers, setting up a version of Balasana here. So press through the seat, strengthening up through the core, and we can send our energy out away from our bodies, along from our hips, along the length of the legs, out towards the heels. So notice your shoulders here. If you're here in this part of the expression with us, soften through the shoulders. Allow that space that we've been working on creating through our shoulder openers to be vitally connected to this part of our practice. So notice your shoulders here. And anywhere we're stuck and bound there, we don't need to be. Just press through the heels, allowing that to lengthen through the arms, creating space through the shoulders. Stay rooted at your seat. Hug your ribs in towards your center, strengthening at your core. Breathe in. One more breath here. As we exhale, let's bring our feet back together here and in towards our bodies as the knees travel down towards our edges. We can bind our feet here using our hands around the edges of our feet. And as we do, just send energy away from the hips out towards your knees, allowing your knees to settle down towards the earth. Come back in through the posture by pressing through the seat. Hug your ribs in, lifting up through the core. And if you're bound at the ankles with us, you can soften through the shoulders. Allow a little space to open through the shoulders while staying well rooted, being well within your posture, pressing through the seat, sending your knees down away from your sides. Take one more powerful breath in here. Exhale, release it. Let's use our hands to draw our knees back together in towards our center. Give yourself a hug here. And as we exhale, let's rest our shoulders down towards the mat, coming to rest on our shoulders. Drawing the knees in towards the center of your chest. Give yourself a hug here. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. We'll reach between the knees, grabbing the edges of the feet, setting up for happy baby. So as we do, reach to the knees, the edges of the feet. Allow your shoulders to rest down on towards the mat. Tuck your chin in towards your chest so that the nape of your neck is flat towards the mat. Allow your movements to settle as space is created in your hip sockets, allowing the spine to touch down onto the mat. Give a gentle tug with your hands down into your feet to bring the knees a little closer towards your shoulders. And at the same time, give a gentle press with your feet into your hands to lengthen your spine, drawing your base of your hips down towards the mat as we flatten. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice. Let's take one more breath here. Breathe in. Exhale. Bring the knees together. Give yourself a hug here, reaching around the knees, drawing your knees in towards your chest. On your next breath in, extend the heels up high towards the ceiling, setting up for waterfall and inversion, stacking your feet up high above the body. Settle your movements back down into the floor. Point your thumbs in towards the base of your spine. Use your hands and forearms for support. The back sides of your arms, the back of your shoulders, the length of your spine, the back side of your hips, all foundation, the back of your head. Touch down the full weight of your body into your entire foundation, everywhere it's touching the earth. And as you press into that gently and evenly, allow all that energy to travel up through the legs, flex your thighs, flex your calves. As energy travels up high towards your heels, roll the toes back towards your forehead, offering a straight line of length up through the back side of the legs, drawing your toes in towards your forehead. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out, hugging your ribs in towards your center, strengthening through the core. Notice anywhere there's movement in the body, just notice that and continue breathing, settling the movements gradually as all things meet the breath. Deepen your breath, settle your breath, stay with your breath, make space with your breath, be in that space with your breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On the next exhale, settle and release it. Bend at your knees, hugging your knees in towards your center, allowing tension to unpack, to settle. And then step the feet wide to the sides. And at the end of your mat, we're setting up for Savasana pose. So as we lay ourselves flat down on our mats, set your feet wide into the sides, walk your hands away from your body, lengthening through your shoulders, creating space, and then completely softening, coming to a place of rest on your mat. So there's no more focus. And again, it's by layers. It all things settle. We'll begin to come to a place of stillness and settledness. With every transition, things get moved, things get jostled. So as you come into a place of rest, as you settle, notice your thoughts. A meditation that I use often in and around practice is just notice your thoughts. Just notice what it is. And we practice being non-personal about thoughts or thinking. We just notice things for what they are, just noticing our thoughts for as they are. And in my part of that practice, I say, notice your thoughts as butterflies. Just see your thoughts as random energy, as energetic forms of their own. They're alike, they're similar, but they're all doing their own things. They're just random thoughts. It's just the thoughts occurring. It's just where energy is traveling. When we focus on it, when we get fixed on it, start to communicate with our thoughts at that level, and we start to create much. But until it means something, until we get fascinated with our own thoughts, it's just the movement of energy. It's like butterflies. So notice your thoughts, close your eyes, visualize a room full of butterflies. Some are busy, some are just sitting there doing something. Some are just doing nothing. All of them are butterflies. Traveling, coming and going, in and out the window, resting, getting busy, all at different times, all under their own accord. They're just butterflies. So notice your thoughts as butterflies. As your breathing is settling, allow yourself to be here. The other feelings, the sensation of the body as you come into a place of rest. As all things begin to settle. There's no more focus, no more emphasis on anything other than the amazing and powerful space that we've been able to create by breathing, being in our bodies, noticing our thoughts, and also allowing ourselves to be there, present and aware for the something else that we're always looking for. The something else is always traveling with all of us. It's good that we practice being there with that something else. And it is the surprise that we're looking for. It's the guidance. It's the comfort and joy and peace. But it's the other side of our personal stories. All the wronging of ourselves, the shaming of ourselves. I wouldn't think that if the world was on fire. But we all think these things. We all do these things. So thank you for your practice today. And thank you for practicing being aware in all the many places that we went to, that you went to. So as we remain here and spend our time here, just enjoy the space that you create, one breath at a time. I thank you for your practice. I thank you for all the places that we can go together, even when we can't be together. So thank you for coming out for your flow today and joining us online. I'm going to leave you for the rest of your relaxation here in your resting pose. In a moment, I'm going to read a reading to bring this out. All right, let's begin to come back to where we are. Wiggle your fingers and toes, whatever it is you're doing. Today's reading is from the book, Journey to the Heart by the author Melody Beatty. On this day, it is Love Sets Others Free. One of love's most challenging lessons is freedom. Much of my life, I thought that love meant restraint. I couldn't do this if I loved you. You wouldn't do that if you loved me. Certainly, there are times when love asked us to make choices. But love doesn't limit, it doesn't confine, as I once believed. Love brings with it the gift of freedom. Love teaches us to allow the person we love to do as he or she chooses. It teaches us to encourage the people we love to freely make their own choices, to seek their own path, to learn their lessons, their way, in their own time. Love that restrains is not love, it's insecurity. When we tell others how we feel about something they do or don't do, we may make decisions as a reaction to others' choices. That is our right and our responsibility. But to restrain another in the name of love doesn't create love, it creates restraint. Love means each person is free to follow his or her own heart, seek his or her own path. If we truly love, our choices will naturally and freely serve that love well. When we give freedom to another, we really give freedom to ourselves. So wise words by Melody Beatty. And in that same magical way, our practice takes us from the front end to liberating ourselves as a way of liberating the world around us. So it's all the same. It meets us the same way. So thank you for your practice of freedom, of liberation, of love, and compassion today. Let's end our time together by bringing our hands together at heart center, and we'll share in the salutation that means that the divine in me honors and adores the divine that's in you. So end by sharing. Namaste. Thank you for coming. Beautiful practice, and thank you for joining us online. We'll see you again Wednesday at noon. We'll be on for beautiful practice.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome, buddy. Good to see you.
See you here. Hi, Michelle.
Love you guys. Can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah, can't wait to see you.
Yeah, can't wait to get down there.
Yeah, all right, man.
Take care.
Take care. You too.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Hey,
Hey.
good to see your smiling face, world traveler.